Nothing can be truthful without being true.
You guys, would it be okay with you if I do the talking when we meet the president? I am a Republican after all. I read all the books about him. Speak his language if you know what I mean.
The president is gay?
Not that language.
Knock yourself out, Scoob.
Fine with me. You wear him down with your whiny ass shit, and I'll step in and kickbox his testicles right up into that cold black heart of his.
Well, that's one way to get his attention.
So, Jesus, save for the moment, I believe that you are in fact God. What the fuck are you doing here in the Oval Office getting stoned with us sinners?
I'm like those big black monoliths in 2001: A Space Odyssey. Every time the human race is ready to move on to the next level of evolution, one of those monoliths would appear to urge them forward. I'm like that.
What's this next level we're moving up to?
You're finally going to let go of some of your sillier ideas, and you'll enter a new age of enlightenment.
And those sillier ideas are?
Okay. Like the idea of owning land, or that killing ever solves problems, or that money is real, or sex is dirty, or worst of all, that you can drive and talk on a cell phone at the same time. It's crazy! A lot of things like that are going to fade away soon.
You see, that's the kind of stuff we should be telling the president. Anybody got a pencil?
I've got a roach clip here somewhere.
What if I told you all that following the pattern of evolution of other forms of life, that the Earth is starting to generate its own nervous system? Through you, its molecules, and the phone lines, the ATM networks, the World Wide Web, satellite transmissions, GPS navigation, soon through nanotechnology. Well, when this new nervous system is finally fully evolved, the Earth will have a consciousness, and everything will have changed. You won't need religion anymore.
That'll make the Pope awfully mad.
That's okay. Nobody expects the Catholics to be on board right away. They didn't admit the Earth revolved around the sun until 1992. Everyone in their own time.
Hey, dude, what did you tell the president's chief of staff to get us in here?
I told her that if the president wouldn't see us, I'd tell the New York Daily News what I know about him and Courtney Love and a certain brick of heroin.
Oh, that's hot. Wow! You were totally bluffing, right?
How do you do? I'm Carla Roe, the president's chief of staff. For some reason, the president has agreed to speak with all of you. Please remember to call him Mr. President, or President Birch, or Dark Lord of the Sith. Those are the only appropriate forms of address. And now, ladies and gentlemen, straight from his sold-out engagements at Camp David and Downing Street, the leader of the free world, the commander-in-chief, bigger than Texas itself, your president of the United States of America. He's patriotic, quixotic, a tiny bit despotic, not at all psychotic, but just a touch erotic. Here's President
Hi, thank you for coming. I just flew in from an undisclosed location and boy, am I tired. Well, I hear we have some special guests here today. Are you all the retarded kids from Focus on the Family?
President Birch, I'm such a big fan. I've studied all your speeches, and we've come to see you with some really innovative ideas for making the country the best it can be.
Oh, that's cute. But you better just leave that grown-up stuff to us normal people.
Step off, you mook.
I'm sorry, sir. Did somebody say Courtney Love is in here?
He never reads anything I put in front of him.
Well, then why are we here? Did you all come to contribute to my campaign fund? Of course, it's illegal for me to ask that directly since we're in the Oval Office, but did you?
But if it's illegal...
Make God Dorothy, we're at war. He does what he has to do in the name of God's greater good.
God is like Coke, man. He's the real thing. Ted Nugent said that. Your name's Dorothy? You're not all that pretty. No wonder you're fucked up.
No, sir, it's Mark, a lifelong Republican. We've come to speak with you about the most important issues of our times.
Whenever I have doubts, I just ask myself, what would Jesus bomb?
What would Jesus do?
What?
Why don't you tell them about your dream, Mr. President?
The one about the villagers and the torches?
No, your dream for America, sir.
issues. We understand that your time is limited.
No, dreams are a waste of brain power. God told me that in a dream. But I do know this. The majority of Americans sent me a strong message on election day, a mandate, that they want me to finish what we've begun, to glorify God Almighty, to outlaw sin and defecation.
Whoa, hold the phone there, bro. It was actually only about half the people who voted in the election who said that, and only a third of Americans voted, so it was only 6 of us who sent you the message about the... I'm sorry, what was the rest of it?
Listen, Smokey. You can throw around numbers all you want, but I don't govern by numbers. I don't even get numbers. I govern by conviction, and I've been convicted many, many times. Believe you me, the American people are with us.
And what does that mean, they're with you?
It means that if you believe in the Bible, you want America to remain a Christian nation protected by God Almighty, then you have to vote for us, or face eternal damnation in the fiery pit of hell.
Really? It means all that?
That's what my mama told me.
It's a leader's job. It's his sworn sacred duty to protect his people from the world, from death, dismemberment, and their own selves, as long as he may breathe. In these days of crisis, in days of pain, he'll be there like an acid rain to burn away all the sins of the world, as long as he may live. When a leader's called, when he's named, when he's chosen to protect God's people from the world, from those who'd harm us and those who'd try, as long as he believes. God has smiled on us with his fiery gaze, marching us toward the end of days. For those who believe will be taken away, and those who stay will rue that day. Until the day they die.
Until the day they die.
Beautiful.
You people know any songs that aren't creepy?
Mama always was a little intense. In high school, she was voted most likely to wed within her own denomination.
But, America isn't a Christian nation.
It is if we say it is.
If we're not a Christian nation, then how do you explain that God bless America hymn?
It's an Irving Berlin song, not a hymn.
Irving, he a Jew?
A Jew and an immigrant.
Well, then I don't think that should be your national anthem anymore.
It isn't. The Star Spangled Banner is our national anthem.
Was that written by a Jew?
Francis Scott Key, I don't think so.
All right, then, another problem solved.
Do you have a few moments to hear our ideas?
Jesus is a Jew.
He is not.
I shit you not.
We didn't found this great nation of ours on the teachings of a Jew. For Christ's sake, his name's right there in the word, Christian. Did you know that Mississippi has more Christian churches per person than any other state in the continental United States, and only one abortion clinic?
And the highest divorce rate, the most gun crimes, the most hate crimes, and the lowest literacy rate. On weekends, I hear they also enjoy sexual relations with livestock.
Woohoo! Let's hear it for alternative lifestyles.
If you're talking about my wife's nephew, you're barking up the wrong sheep.
The class is always half empty with you people, isn't it?
Who people?
Liberals.
Pussies, same thing.
Didn't you say during your campaign that the Republicans are the party of Jesus?
Of course, everybody knows that.
Everybody like who?
You know, the people. Walking around, folks. The Christian fundamentalists, the NRA, poor white trash, repressed college kids.
I was one of those. Wait, I was 3 of those.
Also fans of Kenny G, women over 55 who read Cat Fancy magazine, and people who shop at Walmart. Did you know that half the adult population of America shops at Walmart at least once a week? While more people shop at Walmart than vote. Any nation that concerned with bringing low prices to the poor must be a Christian nation. Walmart, Walmart, bigger than Belgium, crazier than a rabid dog with a missing leg. No benefits, no overtime, that would raise prices, raise the poor and the economy, and pass the savings on. Doing what they can to serve the Lord by selling food in bulk. Amen.
I think maybe you should take another look at the Gospels. Jesus' message was to serve the poor and the helpless, not to sell them bulk food, and to love one another no matter what, to do good to those who do you harm, to make peace and protect the earth. Does any of that sound familiar? I don't remember him ever talking about gun rights, tax cuts, or gay marriage.
You mean the Democrats are really the party of Jesus?
Oh, no, you don't. Fool me once, shame on... shame on you. But fool me, can't get fooled again.
Good job,
Mr. President, your failures are biblical failures. You've forgotten about the poor, you're raping the earth, and now you want to rewrite your Constitution to outlaw gay marriage. How do you justify that?
The poor don't vote, and the gays are all Democrats.
Jesus, the longer you're here, the less I'm an atheist.
That's why I came back.
But doesn't the Constitution guarantee all Americans the right to the pursuit of happiness?
Not if you're a pervert. You know what happened to Sodom and Jehovah. How can we continue to call ourselves a Christian nation if we keep sticking the big gay penis in God's eye?
So much for gay marriage.
America isn't a Christian nation. It never has been.
Listen, I hate to disagree with you, Jesus, you being who you are and all. But our founding fathers were all devout Christians, and they intended for this to be a Christian nation.
Very few of your founders were Christian. Most of them were deists. They didn't believe in a supernatural God who created nature. They believed in a natural God inside of nature. That's why the Declaration of Independence talks about the laws of nature and nature's God.
Well, that sounds like the Force in Star Wars.
That's right.
It is!
They believed that all you had to do was look at a rose or a sparrow or a newborn baby to know God exists. They did not believe God wrote books.
Did they believe in you?
Not most of them, no.
Wow, didn't that tick you off?
Of course not. Yes, a little. But I figure I know I exist, and the important part is to live a moral life, do unto others, all that stuff.
That's very big of you, bro.
What a homo. No wonder you're only in the New Testament. I thought the Jews were supposed to be so tough. See, America and all its laws, the Bill of Rights, the Golden Rule, how tall you gotta be to ride the roller coaster. All that shit is based on the 12 commandments handed down to Moses from God Almighty on the Sermon on the Mount.
But only 2 of the commandments are laws in America. Don't steal and don't murder. None of the others.
No, I ain't falling for none of your parlor tricks, Dorothy. See, the 12 commandments are the most important rules we have. And our civilization's gonna collapse if we don't continue to post them in public places in order to scare people into doing what we tell them.
Okay, Mr. President. Then name them.
Say what?
Name the commandments.
All 12 of them?
How about 10 out of 12?
Well, what the hell for?
So we can all see how important they are.
Well, there's that graven image thing.
That's one.
Don't plow your neighbor's wife.
Close enough, that's 2.
And if you do, you just gotta make sure you got a safe word. Oh, fuck it. That don't prove a thing. I gave my life to Christ right after I figured out I couldn't win a Texas election as a drunken, coked-up hedonist. And that's all
The Bill of Rights says that's the first time in the history of the world that anyone had defined a government's responsibility to its people. Instead of the other way around, that wasn't biblical, that was a creation of man, and what greater testament could that be to God?
No, you can call a fish a cat, but that don't mean you can light it on fire and watch it run around the yard.
Is the Prince of Peace. Shouldn't a Christian nation be promoting peace?
Well, hell no. That send the wrong message to the enemy.
What message would it send that we follow the teachings of Jesus Christ?
What are you, a Democrat?
All you're doing is taking away our constitutional freedoms in the name of fighting terrorism.
You don't get it at all, do you, Dorothy? The terrorists hate us for our freedom. If we take a little bit of that away, then the terrorists will hate us a little less, see? Plus, they won't get to take away our freedom because we already did it.
What if it's not that simple? What if the reason they hate us is more complicated than that? Instead of killing everyone that hates us, wouldn't it make more sense to figure out why exactly they hate us?
You'll want to go into couples therapy with the terrorists. It's time you learn, boy. See, the Democrats are the touchy-feely mommy party. But us Republicans, we're the cold, withholding daddy party. Mommy maybe gives you some cake, but daddy keeps the bad man from raping and killing you while you sleep.
The more people fear, the more they put up with.
Mel Gibson said that. He may be a Catholic, but he's smart as a junkyard dog.
But Jesus always told his disciples, be not afraid.
Oh, Lord, that kind of talk could kill American politics. You're not listening. We're not afraid. We just make other people afraid. You don't get it at all, do you? See, the Americans are the new chosen people now, not the Jews anymore. We don't gotta follow the old Jew rules no more.
But I'm talking about the teaching of Jesus Christ.
Didn't she just tell me he's a Jew?
So if Americans are the new chosen people, what does that make American Jews?
Liberals.
Pussies. Same thing.
Oh, Mr. President, despite the fact that I find you extremely attractive, I'm afraid America sucks ass right now, and I think it's largely your fault. America is split right down the middle right now. We can't agree on anything anymore, so we don't get anything done. The way I see it, we're failing to ensure domestic tranquility, and we're failing to promote the general welfare.
Yeah, we gotta get rid of that welfare.
We have people starving in our own cities, and you don't seem to care.
So what, are you gonna cry like a big gay baby now? Now, I've said over and over, if you work hard and play by the rules, you can have the American dream.
So the working poor just aren't working hard enough.
Or playing by the rules.
Mr. President, I'd like to share with you something my grandmother taught me when I was a boy.
Oh, fuck me.
Where great men make mistakes and the earth beneath us quakes with dread. In a time when words are hurled like spears and we see a world of tears ahead, then it's up to us to stop before we speak and to honor what's unique inside of all of us. Then we might just learn that the people we don't know are the people who could grow to be the ones we trust, to stand beside us first, the kind who will help us through the worst. Hold on and hold them fast, make them last in a time when heroes seem passé and our world's in disarray and dark. In a world that's so suffused with fear, danger never quite so clear or stark, then it's up to us to each put down the knife and to live a hero's life in every single way. And we might just learn that our understanding can change a life and change a man when all his
pasted on your dick. That is just the gayest shit I ever heard. Come on, Dorothy. You don't want me to be a big gay homo, do you? The Soviets just love that. What you don't understand is that what Americans love about me is my rage. I've got the vengeful love of God burning in my veins.
Jesus teaches us to love our enemies and pray for those who persecute us.
Don't be such a homo. Rage is the fossil fuel this country runs on. Listen, Americans all know that I can't put two sentences together. They all know that I couldn't do long division, even if someone was holding jumper cables to my mama's titties. But what they admire about me is my rage. It takes a real man, a hot-blooded, masculine American male to get enraged.
My God, you're attractive.
You want to know what my grandma taught me? I'm a real man made of brick and steel, with a temper like a squealing child. I'm a man, courageously raised like a circus tiger caged in the wild. And it's time for you to get this to your skull. Turn another cheek's as dull. Revenge is a lot more sweet. It feels so good to knife them in the back when they least expect attack. The mark of power is fear, the thing that binds us all. The strong, the weak, the great and small. God said revenge is mine. It's a sign from Him.
Really? Your grandmother taught you that?
Hell of a woman. Used to open cans of beans with her teeth.
But Romans 12:17 says, do not repay anyone evil for evil, but take thought for what is noble in the sight of all.
Yeah. How about revenge is mine, saith the Lord?
What God meant is that revenge is his, not yours.
So God's into revenge.
Nothing brings Americans together like revenge.
Revenge and Walmart.
And don't forget fear. You can get most people to vote against their own economic interests if you can just get them scared enough about the fags next door getting married and adopting Korean babies. That's why we decided to fight a global war on terror that never ends. When you're at war, everything's black and white, no shades of brown. People don't ask so many questions. You can spend whatever you want. You can get away with more shit. Okay then, class dismissed. Thank you for coming. Carla, get him some of that White House keychains.
Wait! We're not leaving. Not until you listen to me.
You know what we say back home, Mark? Just because you put your boots in the oven, don't make them biscuits. We're just God Almighty's humble servants trying to promote what my pollsters like to call a culture of life.
I thought we Republicans were for the death penalty.
Of course we are. If God hadn't used the death penalty on Jesus, where would we be now?
And gun rights.
What's your point?
And preemptive war.
You're bothering me,
If
son.
we're for life, why are we doing more about poverty in our country? In healthcare, why does America have the most executions of any nation in the Western world?
Because if it's good enough for God, it's good enough for me.
You must talk to God a lot,
He gives me great comfort and strength.
but not wisdom or humility.
Well, don't want to be greedy. Listen, pothead, you can't bully your way into the Oval Office and confuse me with your facts and your logic. I'm not some slack-jawed, fuck-your-sister hillbilly. I'm the goddamn President of the United States. I can invade Ecuador if I want to. I can have you killed or get you booked on the Fox News channel, either one. I am him who is not to be fucked with. I'm a powerful man. I know powerful people. And Margaret, you heard of her? I tap that ass. I have her right about that ass. She is that micro-mapping out and strapping on and slapping cheeks and tapping ass. So sure I tap that ass. She couldn't wait for me to tap that ass. She made it clear that she was right for just the type of rubber fight I like. a thing or two. Linda Gray, too. Man, she was like a monkey washing a cat.
I don't think that's entirely true. That part about Ecuador?
True. You never want to tell people the truth, Dorothy. Only kids and drinkers tell the truth. Hey, if folks really knew what's what, they'd try to vote for somebody else. I mean, the government's been lying about pretty much all of it ever since that thingy landed at Roswell. And believe you me, the people are comfortable with that. What you don't know can't hurt you, I always say. And even if it does, you won't know it.
Is there a minibar in here?
But the 8th commandment says lying is a sin.
Yeah, blah, blah, blah. I don't need to know what the damn 8th Amendment says. God called me to this office to do His holy work. And He tells me whatever I need to know.
God did not call you to this office.
Yes, He did.
No, He did not.
I'm afraid He did.
No way.
I assure you He did. I just talked to Him last night.
Mr. President, God doesn't call people to political office.
God called me to my office.
When will you all understand that God isn't the old white man in beard and robe who's on America's side?
But God is on America's side. It says so in the Bible. Somewhere. In the back, I think.
Maybe it's time you worried a little bit more about you being on God's side. How dare you invoke His name to support your silly prejudices? President Birch, you have failed as a leader and you have failed as a Christian. And Mark, why does the president fail?
Because that's how he learns?
Suzanne?
Because he's an idiot.
You may be a good man, want what's right. But if you're a good man, you're not that bright. You don't have all the answers, no one person can. Ignorant bravado doesn't make a man. Just invoking my name does not mean you win. Pride is also a sin. Your words and your deeds can't be reconciled. Clever turns of phrase never fed one child. You impact people's lives here. You could do such good. All you have to do is be the man you should. Don't think the title is all you need. Sometimes you have to concede. Open your ears now and hear me. It's time to leave.
You want a piece of me, Jesus?
Haven't you said that Jesus was your favorite political philosopher?
Well, that was before I knew what He stood for.
Sure, you want to post the 10 Commandments everywhere, but I never see you trying to post blessed are the meek or blessed are the peacemakers on any of your courthouses.
In the angry Old Testament, God scares up a lot more votes.
Hey, maybe the media isn't liberal after all. Maybe we conservatives are just wrong about everything.
Yeah, and maybe you could just blow me.
What is wrong with you? You like Satan or something?
You better watch your mouth, boy.
You blow my cover, and I'll have your nuts on a slice of Mississippi mud pie.
Well, thank you all very much for coming to see us. That's why we do all of this.
Mr. President, I've outlined so many groundbreaking new ideas.
Thank you. The president has listened long enough. You're leaving.
Shouldn't the Secret Service or somebody be storming in here to see who's been shot?
No, Carla's always shooting off that thumbbuster of hers.
Talk about a buzzkill.
Either you leave, or one of you dies.
Now, Carla, don't go killing anybody. I've been there and it's no fun at all. At least not after the initial rush. Of course, it could have been the cook.
Mr. President, I have ideas that will help our country and you don't even want to hear them.
Listen, I won't bullshit y'all. I don't give a crawdad's ass about poverty, the environment, any of that crap.
Hurt not the earth, neither the sea nor the trees, Revelation 7:3.
Blah-biddy, blah, blah, blah.
That's all right, Mark. If the president won't listen to us, We'll just get Jesus to run for president. What do you say, Jesus?
You don't scare me. We beat you like a rented mule. Well, we could use a go-getter like you on our National Security Council. What do you say? They give me a nice office over there. I could get you a show on the Fox News Channel. The Jesus Factor. The No Sin Zone. They pay real good over there.
No, thank you, Mr. President. I believe the road to security is peace and understanding, not war and bloodshed. This is a dangerous time for the planet. He who lives by the sword dies by the sword.
Oh, I'll go throw yourself off a temple, would you? How would you like to be a judge of the Ninth Circuit?
Judge not lest you be judged.
Sorry.
Listen, Jesus, you stand up to the Birch political machine and we'll get medieval on your ass. I happen to know about some anti-government protesting in your youth and some very public vandalism in a certain temple. You've got a temper like that and we'll exploit it. And don't think we missed the fact that you've been known to associate with prostitutes. An hour dean.
She wasn't a prostitute.
I think it's about time we tell everyone the truth. Don't you, Mark?
Thought you didn't like the truth.
Are we on a reality show?
Dorothy here is a freelancer with the CIA. He's been following Mr. Appleweed for months, and now he has led him right into our clutches.
You're a CIA agent? A spook?
Yeah, well, just a freelancer, no benefits or anything.
Of course not.
I'm so sorry.
So everything you told us was a lie? Are you even gay?
Well, funny thing about
That's
that?
about all the time I'm willing to spend on this. Thank you for coming. John, the DEA will be waiting for you outside.
I'm not leaving without my keychain and a free shot at the president.
What are you doing? Johnny, you've helped me. You really have. You and Suzanne and Jesus, Fannie Mae, you become like family to me.
Well, why smile on me of all people? Just an innocent, itinerant stoner not doing anybody any harm. Just toking his way across the USA, bringing hope and wisdom to all the pothead boys and girls.
I'm so sorry.
We're fighting a war on drugs, Mr. Appleweed. We're heading to her.
You won't get rid of drugs until you get rid of injustice.
Well, it's just easier to lock them all up.
Okay, everybody else has put out their gay-ass ideas. Now it's my turn. I want gay marriage. I want Birkenstocks, and I want Americans to start spelling women with a Y.
You know, I've had just about enough of you.
You haven't got to know me. I can be a real treat, bitch.
Eat me.
Well, how do you like that?
You want something done right, you gotta do it yourself.
Strong Thurman said that.
Napoleon said that.
What are we gonna tell Missy?
She's moved on. Found another woman.
How do you know?
We know everything about everyone.
Like Santa Claus?
My God.
You can't just kill someone for disagreeing with you.
I can if I'm God.
It's best you learn, boy. A hit dog barks. See, I'm the president, and we've got control of Congress, and we can do a lot of things now.
She was clearly an enemy combatant. We are perfectly within our rights to kill her. Although we'll have to say she died in Syria.
You know what you are? You're nothing but a big fucking tangle of hypocrisy and arrested development at the center of a massive epidemic of mindless conformity, power lust, moral bankruptcy. Oh my God, you're my father.
What'd you say, fancy boy? You just wait till your mother gets home.
Everything I believed in is crumbling in front of me. The party I belonged to all my life, the party that I thought was about less government and more responsibility, is nothing like that. Prisoners being held in secret prisons, being tortured, being taken to Eastern Europe for interrogation, a war predicated on lies and deceit. The president and vice president both declaring they aren't breaking your guns and your brains, all your nice marches, wiretaps and instant dead bodies, the collection of our library and medical records by secret government spies. I'm done, I quit.
You ain't quitting me, boy. You're a goddamn Republican and I'm your goddamn president.
You heard me. I've had it. I resigned from the CIA, from the Republican Party, from the 700 Club, and from heterosexuality.
Say what?
So motherfucking tired of it all. Ever since I was born, I've always believed what I was supposed to believe. I accepted that my parents and my teachers and my president knew what was good and bad and right and wrong, and I never questioned any of it, and now I'm questioning everything and I don't like it. How can you say you believe in Jesus, but not serve the poor? How can you call yourself a Christian while you pile up earthly possessions for you and your friends? How can you shove Leviticus down our throats but forget the Sermon on the Mount?
Boy, you're about as useless as a broke-dick dog.
Half of everything I've ever believed in is bullshit! Half the virtues I tried to my life on aren't all that fucking virtuous. Half the truths I base my life on are lies. What does someone like me do with that kind of knowledge? What God is opening up my mind if there's so much in there I don't want to see? Just once. Once! I wish I could see life clearly, even for a minute or two.
You see just fine. Better than most.
You should have to take a class or something before smoking this shit.
See, it's just like in Reaper Madness. Watch him. He'll play the piano next real fast.
God damn it! I'm gay, you son of a bitch! I'm gay! And I'm gonna run for president of the United States. And I'm gonna run you the fuck out of office, you fucker!
Not so gay now, are you?
Yes.
No, I was just saying Jesus.
Sorry.
Well, nobody gave Carla the evil eye when she killed that other guy just now. Hell, if Nixon can get away with Watergate, then I can get away with everything.
Nixon didn't get away with Watergate. He had to resign in shame under the threat of impeachment.
Seriously? Well, shit. Oh, don't be such pussies. Killing is as American as apple strudel. Ours is a nation won with guns, built on guns, maimed with guns. Widespread, indiscriminate killing is what's made us the fattest, most self-satisfied nation on the face of the planet.
But you killed him for no reason.
That's what indiscriminate means. Think. I've been sitting here like patience on a monument, listening to you people natter on and on about nothing I give a shit about, and I've about had my fucking fill. Okay, then. Well, I got a meeting in the Roosevelt room with some old rich white guys who are bringing me big bags of money, so I got to skedaddle. Carla, get them cute things.
No! Wait a minute. I think you just might be genuinely evil. And if so, shouldn't we destroy you in the name of God's greater green good?
What in the Sam Hill are you talking about?
Well, I hesitate to do this. But desperate times call for desperate measures.
Carla says that to me all the time.
You see, all this smoke we've been smoking, it's got magical powers, beyond the obvious. Pure marijuana smoke in sufficient amounts has the power to cleanse the hearts of good men and destroy hearts that are evil. Well, it's true, friends. God told me marijuana is his secret last resort weapon against tyranny. Well, that's why it grows everywhere on Earth, except for the Arctic Circle and the lawn of the White House.
Okay, Suzanne's no longer with us, so I suppose it's up to me to ask, what the fuck are you talking about?
We all have to take a really deep drag, and then all at once exhale at the president. He's really a good man deep down. That clarified smoke will cleanse his heart and save our country. If he's really a bad man deep down, that smoke will choke that evil to death.
Along with the president?
Yeah, I try to think of that as unavoidable collateral damage.
Right on, let's do it.
You better hadn't dare. What the hell are you needing doing to me? I'm the goddamn president. You've got this commies and homos.
No, Mr. President, you killed both the homos.
I've been caged.
Boy, that was all really fucked up. And not in a good way.
Why would God create a man like that?
I don't know, why would God give all the oil to the Muslims?
I guess we're all of us in danger of being seduced by the dark side. I remember when I was 10, I had to memorize a speech John Kennedy was going to give the day he was shot. I'll never forget it, my 10th birthday, April 20th. It went, "We are in this country watchmen on the walls of freedom. We ask, therefore, that we may be worthy of our power and responsibility, that we may achieve the ancient vision of peace on earth, goodwill toward men." I guess we just kind of fucked that up by killing the president.
The way I see it, God gave me the ammunition, you just pulled the trigger.
You know, I never would have bought a bag from him. It'd be nothing but steak and seeds.
It's like they say, never trust a man who doesn't puff.
He used to puff.
You see what happens when you stray from God's leafy green goodness? I'm so disappointed in him. I mean, I didn't vote for him or anything, but still. Mark was the executive director of the Iowa State Republican Committee, and I hold PhDs in macroeconomics and political science, and he wouldn't even listen to our ideas. What, you don't believe me? You think people with PhDs don't smoke grass? Hey, let me tell you a great story about Henry Kissinger.
Maybe another time.
So what do we do now?
Well, Scoob had the right idea all along. We've got to get involved if we want to make changes, for those of us who haven't been shot. As long as we let other people tell us what to think, our country won't work right. It's like a one-hitter that's all caked with resin inside. No matter how much grass you pack, you're never going to get a good track. Well, we've got to clean out this one-hitter we lovingly call the United States of America. We got to take the bull by the balls and make our own future.
Jesus, you have to run for president.
Either that or drop some acid in the water supply.
Is it really my place to meddle that directly in human affairs?
Erasing all the sins of mankind. That's not meddling.
If I run, Fannie Mae, will you be my campaign manager?
Don't you want a professional?
I think you'd be a world-class campaign manager. I've never seen you fail at anything you set your mind to.
Well then, yes, Jesus. I would be honored.
How freaky will that be? Jesus for president!
This nation has been through some rough times lately, and a whole lot of Bible thumping. And I know some of you will have some reservations about me running for political office. So what would Jesus do if he elected his friends? You can trust what he says, and he'll make 3 promises to you. First of all, let's agree no more war, whether preemptive or not, and I'll legalize pot, and we'll finally care for the poor. We must days of wondering who'll ever win. Peace can't come from violence, and life can't come from death. We must live a life engaged in saving our world. It's a time for hope, hope that when we're gone, we can say that we did everything we could on our way. We'll work to make this nation all that it can be. That's my hope for you and for us all. Now it's up to you to answer my call.
So, that's how it all happened, up till now. They started the work on the campaign. Fannie Mae is Jesus' campaign manager. Oh yeah, and Jesus resurrected Mark and Suzanne, which I think was awful decent. Scoop was kind of freaked out by the whole dying thing, but he recovered. He's a survivor. He's decided to wait to run for president until his divorce is final. So now he's the executive director of the Iowa State Democratic Committee. And Jesus promised him a job as a senior policy analyst if they win. I guess the times make the man. Oh, he's been dating that cat Topher, but neither one of them is really out of the closet just yet. So if you see him, don't tell him I told you. Suzanne's back with Missy, still a lesbian. She's studying to become a minister, can you believe it? It's like they say, you don't choose God, God chooses you. But I have my own work to do, so I bid them all farewell, wish them great good luck, and went back to my first best love, my highest calling and most singular privilege, spreading the gospel of Mary Jane and her wacky weed across this fruited plain, bringing the sticky sweet goodness of cannabis to America's fertile heartland, all according to God's great green plan. You see, God has chosen me. It's my job to get America stoned so they'll all come to their senses. It's not just what I love, it's what I'm good at. And isn't that what we're all looking for? I've traveled across America, and everywhere I sense all of those seeds I've planted bursting forth. It's waiting to commence.